Chapter 1. Visions in the Force. The golden rays of the Coruscant sun filtered through the high windows of the Jedi Temple, casting long shadows on the marble floors. Auriya Velren sat cross-legged in the meditation chamber, her eyes closed, her mind adrift in the currents of the Force. As she delved deeper, vivid images flashed before her eyes: ancient ruins, a dark figure, and a planet shrouded in red mist. "Auriya," a calm voice called out, breaking her trance. Master Davron Korr stood at the entrance, his expression a mix of concern and curiosity. "Your visions are becoming more frequent." Auriya nodded, rising to her feet. "They are, Master. I see a world drenched in darkness and a woman who wields the dark side with incredible power." Davron's brow furrowed. "We must bring this to the Council's attention. The dark side's presence is growing stronger, and we cannot ignore it." In the Council chamber, the Jedi Masters listened intently as Auriya recounted her visions. Grandmaster Yoda stroked his chin thoughtfully. "Grave these visions are. Investigate we must." Master Mace Windu leaned forward, his stern gaze fixed on Auriya. "What else did you see in your visions?" Auriya closed her eyes, recalling the details. There were ruins, possibly of an ancient Sith temple, and there was a woman, powerful and commanding. She seemed to know I was watching her. Master Plo Koon spoke next. "The Outer Rim territories have reported disturbances. It may be wise to start our investigation there." The Council assigned Master Davron and Auriya to lead a team to the Outer Rim territories where the disturbances had been reported. Joining them were the skilled Jedi Knights Vectrian, known for his daring maneuvers and quick thinking, Liraven, a master of perception and empathy, and Jenna Voss, a strategic genius with a deep understanding of ancient lore. As their ship, the Radiant Dawn, departed Coruscant, Auriya couldn't shake the feeling that her destiny was intertwined with the dark visions she had seen. In the ship's common area, she confided in Lyra. "Do you think my visions are a warning or a guide?" Lyra placed a comforting hand on Auriya's shoulder. "The Force works in mysterious ways, Auriya. We must trust in its guidance and in ourselves." The journey through hyperspace was tense, each member of the team lost in their thoughts. Auriya spent her time meditating, trying to piece together the fragments of her visions. She could feel the dark side's pull, its seductive whisper promising power and knowledge. Master Davron found her in the meditation chamber. "Auriya, you must remember that the dark side is treacherous. It offers easy answers, but always at a great cost." Auriya nodded. "I understand, Master. But what if understanding the dark side is the only way to defeat it?" Davron's expression softened. "Knowledge of the dark side can be a double-edged sword. We study it to understand our enemy, but we must never let it consume us." As the radiant dawn approached Dathomir, the planet loomed large and ominous. The red mist swirled around its surface, giving it an eerie glow. Auriya felt a chill run down her spine. She knew their mission was only beginning, and the true test of her resolve was yet to come. Chapter 2. The Enigmatic Elder. The Radiant Dawn emerged from hyperspace near the foreboding planet of Dathomir. Covered in red mists and dark swamps, the planet exuded a sinister aura. The team descended to the surface, their senses heightened by the palpable presence of the dark side. As they navigated through the twisted landscape, they encountered remnants of an ancient civilization, crumbling temples and statues that seemed to watch their every move. Vectran scanned the area with his datapad. "These ruins date back thousands of years. The dark side has left a strong imprint here." Auriya examined the statues, her fingers tracing the intricate carvings. "These look like Sith artifacts. We must be close to their temple. The team pressed on, the air growing colder and more oppressive with each step. Suddenly, they were ambushed by a group of dark-robed figures wielding crimson lightsabers. "Defend yourselves!" Master Davron shouted, igniting his blue lightsaber. The clash of blades echoed through the misty air as the Jedi fought off the attackers. Despite their skill, the dark acolytes were relentless and well-coordinated. Auriya Velren used her empathic abilities to anticipate the acolytes' moves, deflecting their strikes with grace and precision. Jedi Varis, ever the strategist, coordinated their defense, calling out commands to keep the team united. Amidst the chaos, a commanding voice cut through the din. "Enough!" The attackers ceased their assault, retreating into the shadows. A tall, imposing woman stepped forward, her presence radiating dark power. "I am Elda Varis. You trespass on sacred ground." Master Davron deactivated his lightsaber, his eyes narrowing. "We seek answers, not conflict. The dark side has no place in this galaxy." Elda smiled coldly. "The dark side is as natural as the light. You Jedi are blinded by your dogma." She turned her gaze to Auriya, her eyes piercing. "And you, young one, are different. I can feel the conflict within you." Auriya felt a chill run down her spine. "I am a Jedi. My path is clear." "Is it?" Elda asked, her voice a seductive whisper. "Or are you afraid of what you might become if you embraced your true power?" Before Auriya could respond, Elda vanished into the mist, her acolytes following her lead. The team was left with more questions than answers, the weight of their encounter heavy on their minds. As they regrouped, Vectran voiced what they were all thinking. "She's dangerous, more dangerous than we anticipated." Master Davron nodded. "We must proceed with caution. Auriya, your visions may hold the key to understanding her motives. What else did you see?" Auriya took a deep breath, focusing on her memories. There was a temple hidden deep within the swamps. It felt like the source of her power. Jedi Varis pulled up a map of the area on her datapad. "There are several possible locations. We should split up and search for the temple." "No," Davron said firmly. "We stay together. The dark side is too strong here for us to separate." The team set out towards the closest location, their senses on high alert. The mists grew thicker, and the shadows seemed to move around them. Auriya couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, and the darkness within her visions seemed to press in on her from all sides. As night fell, they made camp in a small clearing. The atmosphere was tense, each member of the team lost in their thoughts. Auriya sat by the fire, her mind racing with questions. Why did Elda's words affect her so deeply? Was there truth in what she said? Master Davron sat beside her, sensing her turmoil. "Auriya, I know this is difficult. The dark side preys on our fears and doubts." Auriya looked up at him, her eyes filled with uncertainty. "She spoke of embracing my true power. What if there's truth in her words?" Davron placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "The dark side is a path to destruction. Remember the teachings of the Jedi. Trust in the Force." That night, as the others slept, Auriya wandered away from the camp, drawn by an unseen force. She found herself standing before a hidden temple, its entrance guarded by ancient statues. Inside, she discovered a holocron, its red glow illuminating the chamber. Elda's voice echoed in her mind. "The power within is yours to claim. Unlock the secrets of the dark side." Auriya reached out, her hand trembling. But before she could touch the holocron, Master Davron appeared, his expression stern. "Auriya, no!" She pulled back, her heart pounding. I wasn't going to—" Davron's gaze softened. "I know the temptation is strong, but you must resist. The dark side only leads to suffering." Auriya nodded, tears in her eyes. I understand, Master. Together, they left the temple, the holocron's sinister glow fading behind them. Auriya knew her journey was far from over, and the path ahead would test her resolve like never before. Chapter 3. The Temptation. As the team set up camp for the night, the air was thick with tension. The encounter with Elda had shaken them all, but none more so than Auriya. Her visions had intensified, now filled with images of her wielding a red lightsaber, standing alongside Elda. Master Davron approached her, sensing her turmoil. Auriya, I know this is difficult. The dark side preys on our fears and doubts. Auriya looked up at him, her eyes filled with uncertainty. She spoke of embracing my true power. What if there's truth in her words? Davron placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. The dark side is a path to destruction. Remember the teachings of the Jedi. Trust in the Force. That night, as the others slept, Auriya wandered away from the camp, drawn by an unseen force. She found herself standing before a hidden temple, its entrance guarded by ancient statues. Inside, she discovered a holocron, its red glow illuminating the chamber. Elda's voice echoed in her mind. The power within is yours to claim. Unlock the secrets of the dark side. Auriya reached out, her hand trembling, but before she could touch the holocron, Master Davron appeared, his expression stern. Auriya, no! She pulled back, her heart pounding. I wasn't going to... Davron's gaze softened. I know the temptation is strong, but you must resist. The dark side only leads to suffering. Auriya nodded, tears in her eyes. I understand, Master. Together they left the temple, the holocron's sinister glow fading behind them. Auriya knew her journey was far from over, and the path ahead would test her resolve like never before. Back at the camp, Vectron approached Jenna Voss, his voice low. Do you think Auriya is strong enough to resist? Elda's influence is powerful. Jenna sighed. I hope so. She has great potential, but the dark side is always tempting. Lyra Ven joined them, her expression thoughtful. We must be there for her. As her friends and fellow Jedi, we can help her stay on the right path. As dawn broke, the team continued their journey, following Auriya's visions towards the hidden temple. The landscape grew increasingly treacherous, with swamps and jagged rocks impeding their progress. Yet Auriya felt a strange sense of clarity, as if the Force was guiding her steps. When they finally reached the entrance of the ancient temple, Auriya felt a surge of dark energy. This is it, she whispered. This is where we will find answers. Master Davron nodded. Stay close and be prepared for anything. Inside the temple, the air was thick with the dark side. The walls were adorned with Sith symbols, and the very stones seemed to hum with malevolent energy. As they ventured deeper, they came across a chamber filled with relics of the past, holocrons, weapons, and artifacts imbued with dark power. Elda Varis awaited them at the center of the chamber, her presence dominating the space. You have come far, Jedi, but are you prepared to face the truth? Master Davron stepped forward, his lightsaber at the ready. We seek to understand the disturbances in the Force. What is your purpose here? Elda's eyes gleamed with a dangerous light. I am here to restore balance. The Jedi have grown complacent, blind to the true nature of the Force. It is time for the dark side to rise once more. Auriya felt a pull towards Elda, a connection that both frightened and intrigued her. And what about me? She asked, her voice trembling. What do you see in me? Elda smiled, a cold and knowing smile. You, Auriya, have the potential to become something greater than a mere Jedi. Embrace your true power, and you will understand the depths of the Force. Auriya's heart raced as she stood at the crossroads of her destiny. The temptation was strong, but the teachings of the Jedi and the trust of her friends gave her strength. "I choose the light," she declared, igniting her lightsaber. "I will not be swayed by the dark side." Elda's expression hardened. "So be it. But know this, Auriya Velren. You cannot escape your true nature." The chamber erupted into a fierce battle, the Jedi fighting against Elda and her acolytes. Auriya faced off against Elda, their blades clashing in a dance of light and dark. With each strike, Auriya felt the dark side's pull, but she fought to keep her focus, drawing on the strength of her friends and the teachings of the Jedi. In a final, desperate move, Auriya channeled the Force, pushing Elda back and disarming her. The dark holocron fell from Elda's grasp, its glow dimming as it hit the ground. Breathing heavily, Auriya looked at Elda, her voice steady. "You are defeated. The dark side will not prevail." Elda's eyes burned with defiance. "This is not the end. The dark side will always be a part of you, Auriya. Remember that." As the acolytes retreated, Master Davron placed a hand on Auriya's shoulder. "You have done well, Auriya. You have chosen the right path." Auriya nodded, feeling a sense of peace wash over her. "I will continue to fight for the light, no matter the cost." Together, the team left the temple, the dark holocron safely secured. Auriya knew her journey was far from over, but she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, with the support of her friends and the guidance of the Force.